Other names, Damian Logan, Don Pritzlaff, Mark Worthy, Damian Hahn, and William Black.
Two outstanding wrestlers on that list of names.
Well, they have decided to turn on the lights at the edge of the mat where they are giving out the awards. So now we're able to show you some of that. Earlier today we were not able to show you because it was so dark at that end of the arena. But now that the lights are up,
a senior from Randolph, Sean Markey.
Sean Markey, the runner-up at 130 pounds, and Ed Gutnick, the champion at 130 pounds from JFK Island, a 12-2 winner over Markey in our final at 1:30 this afternoon. So now we are set for our next bout at 140 pounds here at the Meadowlands.
Quarter turn to your right to be acknowledged by the fans.
We'll be seeing Dennis Mcsweeney, the 4th seed at 34-0
Another
at Lyndhurst.
right to be acknowledged by the fans.
There is Mcsweeney, as he will take on a senior in Doug Withstandley from Jackson.
And one more quarter
Now at
turn
140 in the semifinals this afternoon, Mcsweeney is a 3-1 overtime winner over Antonio Mangione, and Withstandley a 5-1 winner over Brandon Becker of Kingsway. So in this one, the 2nd seed taking on the 4th seed.
Our official is Roy Dragon. We mentioned Roy Dragon is an assistant principal at Bridgewater Raritan High School, and he's assisted by Vincent Russo. Vinny Russo, a long-time, outstanding New Jersey wrestling official.
As they go off, Mcsweeney, 6th in this tournament a year ago at 135 pounds. And Withstandley, if he wins here today, would run his all-time record to 132-14, and he would pass that Damian Hahn of Lakewood for the most wins by a wrestler in the Shore Conference. How about that? Although Hahn was a 3-time state champion.
Yeah, he certainly was. Tough wrestler at the University of Minnesota, Damian Hahn. This is another matchup of 2 undefeated wrestlers. Somebody's going to suffer their first defeat this afternoon. Withstandley, we mentioned 36-0. Mcsweeney 34-0 currently.
And Jackson has a fine tradition of wrestling. It all started back with Bernie Ryder, who was a longtime coach at Jackson. And right here, Withstandley at 36-0 against Mcsweeney 34-0 and scoreless with 50 seconds on the clock.
Neither wrestler even close to scoring a takedown in the first minute and 15 seconds.
Withstandley has not won a championship, but he is a 4-time state place winner, and he finished 3rd last year.
Mcsweeney on a single leg. Close to scoring a takedown. No control awarded yet. Withstandley comes out of it neutral. Good no call by official Roy Dragon.
Your time.
12 seconds to wrestle in a scoreless first period as each wrestler really trying to take their time and feel each other out. We only had one opportunity for a takedown. That was Mcsweeney, who was in on a single, but the first period ends scoreless with Dennis Mcsweeney in the gold and Doug Withstandley in the black and red.
We've had a lot of close matches thus far in the finals, Mick, but no overtimes. This could be possibly the first overtime. No score in the first period. Neither wrestler, as we mentioned, really close to scoring a takedown.
Scott Goodell is the head coach at Jackson. Sees his wrestler trying to come off the bottom here. And there's the escape. It's now 1-0 for Withstandley after a scoreless first.
Nice high crotch maneuver by Mcsweeney. Scores a takedown. Takes a 2-1 lead over Withstandley.
Mcsweeney, the 4th seed, looking for the upset here this afternoon. May cut him loose. Trying to bring him back down. He's able to. Now he lets him go. Makes the score 2-2.
McSweeney's coach is Coach Pritzloff, whose two sons are outstanding wrestlers, Don and Glenn Pritzloff, one at Wisconsin and one was an NCAA champion at Penn State 2 years ago.
Scott Weaver, the head coach of 11 years. As you mentioned, Coach Pritzloff is the assistant.
Score tied 2-2. Coming down 35 seconds remaining in the second period. McSweeney with a takedown, Withstandley with 2 escapes.
Just 16 seconds left here in period number 2 of a 2-2 bout with Doug Withstandley in the black and red from Jackson against Dennis McSweeney. And McSweeney with a nice, I thought he was going front-handed arm, and there's a double, and they're going to give him the takedown. No control yet. There it is. There's the takedown for Withstandley.
Withstandley takes a 4-2 lead at the end of the second period. Nice maneuver by Withstandley. Hit a little drag to a single to a double.
Another look at it. You saw good front-handed arm action, and he missed on that duck under.
That was actually McSweeney scoring off the high crotch earlier. Here we see Withstandley scoring his takedown right at the end of the period. Good camera work.
4-2 as we go to period number 3 for Doug Withstandley from Jackson.
McSweeney started from the bottom position, chose bottom to start the third period. He needs an escape and a takedown. A reversal would tie the bout. Withstandley riding tough on top as a single leg grapevine. Trying to work a crossbody ride. Stalemate indicated by referee Roy Dragon.
And this one is anybody's bout here at 145 pounds. Or 140, I beg your pardon. Caution on the top.
McSweeney stands off the whistle, tries to peel hands. Withstandley maintains control. They go out of bounds, no change.
Withstandley trying to ride him for a little bit. Hasn't really been able to turn him so far in this bout at 140.
Here's a situation that you described earlier, Mick. The top wrestler does not want to give up a reversal. It'd be better to cut him loose and give him a neutral and wrestle him on his feet. There's a stalling warning on the top wrestler. Stalling caution on Withstandley.
And now he lets him out. If you can't ride him, go ahead and let him out.
And there we see the neutral gained by McSweeney. Cuts the lead to 4-3. McSweeney needs a takedown, and we've seen him fairly often hit that high crotch single. Seems to be his bread and butter move.
If he can get that here, he'll have the 1-point advantage. As we get down close to the 40-second mark of this third period.
McSweeney hits a shot blocked off by Withstandley. 30 seconds remains. Withstandley does have a stalling warning. He was warned earlier in the top position by official Roy Dragon. McSweeney on a single. Withstandley able to get the foot down on the mat and comes out of it.
McSweeney may not have enough time.
Stalemate indicated. We're going to restart with 14 seconds.
Well, McSweeney's going to make it happen. He's got to do it now.
Let's see. He's going to set up one good shot. Let's see what he tries. Withstandley keeps him off balance. And Withstandley takes him to his back right on the buzzer. Gets a takedown as time expires. Doug Withstandley is a state champion for Jackson High School at 140 pounds.
Final of this one, Doug Withstandley wins it by a score of 6-3. As he is your champion at 140 pounds in the year 2001 here in the state of New Jersey. Hope you're enjoying our wrestling action this afternoon from the Meadowlands. We'll come back with more championship action at 145. Our featured bout is coming up, so stay with us. right here on C.